to deal with percentage topic only, but today we are going to solve a couple of questions which are related to something called reverse percentage, or many a times it is also referred to as inverse percentage. Now let us get into these two problems that I have for you on the screen, and in the process, when you solve these two problems, you will come to know what is the meaning of this reverse percentage or inverse percentage. So let us get into it and first deal with the first question. Now this one, it says that a house in Portugal is sold for 138,000 euros, giving a profit of 15%. Find the original price that the owner paid for the house. So he's talking about some house, and the owner had paid some amount for that house. That is known as the original price. Okay, so let the original price be, say, X. X be the original price. Okay, now what happens is, this house, the owner now wants to sell. Okay, and he wants to sell it at a profit of 15%, right? And for that he sold this house for 138,000 euros. So that is what the question says. So X be the original price of the house. Okay, now to deal with this question, first of all, let me tell you why this particular question is known as a reverse percentage or an inverse percentage question. The reason is, here you are asked to find out the original price of the house, okay, from the present price, right? And the problem is such that from the present price, you will have to go in the reverse direction to find out the original price. Okay, so first of all, you will have to find out what is the multiplication factor for this particular question. The multiplication factor is equal to 1 plus your profit percentage is 15, so 15 upon 100, right? Now when there is a profit, it will be 1 plus 15 upon 100. If it was a loss, it will be 1 minus 15 upon 100. Okay, so this is a profit of 15%, so you'll do 1 plus 15 upon 100, which works out to 115 upon 100, which in turn works out to 1.15. So this 1.15 is your multiplication factor. Once you have got this multiplication factor, remember this statement: original price or value, okay, original value times the multiplication factor will always give you the new value, or the present value, you can say new value. Okay, now original value they have asked us to find out, and we have taken that as X, right? So this X multiplied by the multiplying factor is 1.15 should be equal to the new value, and new value is given to you as 138,000 euros. Okay, so from this very nicely you can get X equal to 138,000 divided by 1.15, and this should give you the answer as 120,000 euros. Okay, therefore the original price of the house was 120,000 euros. Okay, this is how you have to deal with a question which is based on a reverse or an inverse percentage. Let us try to go for the second one also. This second one is talking about a Japanese book which is sold for 34,000 yen, and in the process it is giving him a loss of 15%, right? Again you have to find the original price of the book. So again, let the original price of the book be X, right? Now again you'll have to find out the multiplication factor. The multiplication factor in this case, because there is a 15% loss, okay, so I'll do 1 minus a 15 upon 100, which will work out to 115. No, it will work out to 85. 100 minus 15 is 85. 85 over 100, which should work out to 0.85. So this is my multiplication factor. Now, as I told you in the previous question, original price, the original value times the multiplication factor will always give you the new value. Now here again, you are supposed to find this original price, which you have assumed to be x. So it will be x times your multiplication factor. This time is 0.85. And this should give you the new value, which is given to you. It is 34,000 yen. Okay. Therefore, very nicely, you can get x as 34,000 divided by 0.85. And this will work out to around, and let me check that, 34,000 divided by 0.85 should give me 40,000. Okay. So the answer that I'm getting is 40,000. So this 40,000 yen is the answer for this original price. So you can write, therefore, the original price of the book was how much? It will be 40,000 yen. Okay. So what you came to understand from these two questions is, number one, you should learn how to find out the multiplication factor. When there is a profit, it will be 1 plus that percentage of profit divided by 100, and you have to simplify it. And the multiplication factor will be something which will be greater than 1. Okay. And if it is a loss, your multiplication factor will be 1 minus that loss percentage divided by 100. And when you simplify it, you will get answer which will be less than 1. So that is very important. The multiplication factor is less than 1 if there is loss. It is greater than 1 if there is profit. And it's not only profit and loss, it can be increase and decrease also. If there is increase in price or increase in value, something like that, then again your multiplication factor will be greater than 1. And if there is a decrease in price or decrease in value, again your multiplication factor will be less than 1. That is one thing you have to take care of. Second is, always you have to remember this formula, that is original value times the multiplication factor will give you the new value. Okay. So whenever they have asked you to find out the original value, what you have to do is the new value you have to divide by the multiplication factor. Okay. In both these questions, the original value was asked to you. So what you did is the new value you divided by the multiplication factor. And what happens many a times in the question, they may give you the original value and they may ask you to find out the new value. In that case, you will have to multiply the new value. Okay. I mean, you will have to multiply the original value by the multiplication factor to give you the new value. Okay. So when you have to multiply and when you have to divide the multiplication factor, that you should very well understand and do it. Okay. Most of the students, they do mistake in this particular step only. Where they are supposed to multiply, they divide, and where they are supposed to divide, they multiply. So I hope that must have made a lot of clarity about this reverse or the inverse percentage. And that's all for today. Thank you for being with me.